welcome to InCharge, where you'll get the news from the source. From those in charge in their organizations, leaders from different industries who are making an impact in the society today. I'm 𝐅𝐀𝐂𝐄𝐄 𝐿, your host. Today we have with us DM Varun, in charge of GIIFT. Okay, Mr. Varun, you are the country head of GIIFT, but first, can you tell us what GIIFT is?
Yes, definitely. Thanks for having me over here today. GIIFT is a global loyalty rewards and employee rewards solution. So today we help companies with their end-to-end loyalty requirements, whether it's their customer loyalty requirements or whether it's their employee rewarding solutions that they have. In Philippines, it's been like I've seen it over the last 10 years or like last 15 years where I've seen where employees were always given like an SM gift pass or a check saying that, hey, you've done a good job. But people had to wait for almost a month for a town hall to happen or for 6 months for a company event to happen. But today, as you know, Gen Z is like very much into instant gratification. They would want to get the pat on the back for doing a good job, right? So on that premises, today we provide companies with solutions where they can recognize their employees for any behavior that they presume or they show within the company. And automatically done, and people don't have to wait for their rewards to come in. So we gamified it in terms of points, where people today can use that points and across multiple brands that we carry today, from Jollibees to the world to the Birkenstocks of the world. Now, when it comes to the loyalty front, you might be familiar when you walk into any restaurant, they would say that, ma'am, do you have a loyalty card? Yes. But what happens in the back end is a complete digitization of tracking what your spends are, who are you as a customer, understanding your customer as a requirement, what me as a brand today is exciting you in what ways of marketing campaigns. All of this comes together to a very loyalty driven strategic solution for the company, right? So that is where today we focus heavily on helping companies with their loyalty solutions. At the same thing, their holistic rewards experience for their customers and their employees and their partners as well.
Yeah. Can you paint us a picture, for example, of how your services have helped the companies? Like, has it greatly improved the performance of their employees? Can you share their testimonies with us?
Yeah. So I can share two instances, right? So the first instance, let me give an example of for an employee. We've worked with multiple companies, whether it's blue-collar employees or white-collar employees. One of the key aspects that always happens is it's a very understated phenomena that happens in Southeast Asia, which is called silent resigning. Ooh. Because what happens is if you're not able to understand or appreciate your employees' effort, long gone are the days where employees would do anything to keep a job. Today, they, at the touch of a button, they have hundreds of options to choose from. So even without giving any explanation, an employee might leave, right? So it's very hard to get what my culture in the company is doing right, what my culture in the company is being appreciated or needs to be changed. As a manager today that I'm running the company, that's one of the key aspects that I would love to understand, right? So with our solutions, what we enable the companies to have that prolific data that kind of gives them the edge of saying, hey, this is the teams that is performing really well. They're happy. They have done X amount of job. Their managers are appreciating them for doing this job. And long gone are the days where you have to work in silos. So today, if I'm a team, I'm a manager, let's say I'm in a part of a marketing team and I've ran a successful campaign, my manager shouts out saying that, hey, DM Varun, you've done a great job running this campaign, good job, kudos, keep it up. All the other employees would get to see it and be part of that conversation. So that motivation factor, what we call today as the instant gratification or the small thing that matters, becomes very important in a long run to keep the hyperactive generations that we have very well in tune with the company's values and everything, right? So some of the example I would give is a company who was managing a huge amount of cash flow in terms of rewards, not understanding the employee's preferences in terms of saying that, hey, I'm an employee, I've been here for 10 years, what do I get? Right? So, and the other companies, when other people were sharing those aspects online, so what that created is an internal struggle for an employee whether I should stay here or I should leave. Right? So at the end of the day, it really addresses companies in terms of managing their rewarding mechanism that in turn has multiple benefits, whether it's helping the company retain the employees more or having the employees at a much happier satisfaction level within the company. So all these matters, and the key aspect that changes over here is you and me are extremely different, right? So our preferences are different. When a company puts us both together in one bubble and say, hey, this is the reward for you doing this job, that reward might mean a lot to me, but not to you, right? So we enable the companies to give that customization feature for the employees where they can choose what type of rewards they want, right? So that has drastically helped companies in kind of imbibing a very in-tune nature of the culture for employees that they have. So that's one example. On the loyalty side, I can say that we've worked with multiple companies in across industries. GIIFT works across BFSI industry, retail, oil and gas. Even we work with micro brands that are global in nature. One of the key aspects that they always try to look at is, if I have a customer today, if they have to spend again with us, if they have to engage with them again, how much more do I have to spend on them, right? So companies usually take a bit of long time to understand the mechanics behind it, or the formula that's there saying that I'm a person who's shopped with you as a customer today, but for me to come back to you, either I like the product or I like your brand value or I like the ethics of your company. For me as a company to understand that holistic part is one of the most important factor that comes into play. So we've helped brands where they have unified the loyalty system across the businesses, where if a person interacts with you today in one particular product segment, they are still going to be getting the same benefits of interacting with multi other departments or brands that you might carry. So it giving you that holistic loyalty solution today. That brings about two changes for the company. One, a better understanding of your customer segment, which you can service and deliver better products to. Second is a better understanding of your products as to what the customers like. Which segment of the brands do people like? Which segmentation works really well? So which brands should we focus on? Which brand should we spend more marketing budget on or less marketing budget on? That kind of induces an effect where it gives you a much controlled ability to make decisions. And the third one that I would say companies have used us for is a very strong loyalty referral programs. That's something that companies have used us. We work with multiple banks. We work with multiple retail companies. Use cases are multiple, but one of the key things that we always hear back from our customers is how simple the customer's journey would be by using the solution, right? So that is where GIIFT adds value to.
Right. So you're in charge of incorporating thoughtfulness in companies and its people, right? Can I ask you this question? Like, I feel like companies here in the Philippines have a more unique business model as well. How different do you find it, like the foreign companies versus the mostly Filipino Chinese companies as well? Here, is it a unique experience for GIIFT?
It is definitely for one key aspect, right? So Filipinos and people in Philippines in general, they love to have that shopping experience. Whether it's online or whether it's in a store, they want that gratitude of them spending their hard-earned money at a brand and giving something. But what's very interesting that we found out is customers in Philippines always are extremely delighted when you give them something back. Right, so if you're buying even $50,000, 50,000 peso goodies or anything, while they're checking out, if the cashier hands you that, let's say a dairy milk or a chocolate to their hand, the joyfulness that they go out with is immeasurable for a brand, right? So that's a very interesting culture. That is one key aspect that we really tend to focus on, is to help companies understand their customer segment in terms of what their delight factor is, right? So you might have multiple segments of customers in your company, but all of them would fall in different brackets where different things would mean more to them, right? So that categorization of customers, understanding their behaviors, is very, very important, right? And Philippines, I've seen amazing brands who do it, homegrown brands who do it really well, especially during the bear months that come up. It's extremely creative. I've worked with some of the colleagues in the industry who have shared some of the experiences of their customer branding activities that they do. It's very, very unique for Philippines.
Yeah.
So
we get really creative with that.
Yeah, it's as creative as people even going as far as delighting the customers by the music that they like while they shop. Or it's just having that extra effort from the attendants or the shop personnel to go that mile to make you sure that you smile at least once in your shopping experience, right? So that hospitality is imbibed in the culture, and that is something that we really appreciate, and we really see a great value of what we bring in to the culture over here, and also give that much more informative decision making, I would say, reports or data to the company to do it even better.
Yeah,
right? So,
that'll be so much data though, because
Yes.
you're really personalizing everyone's experience. Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing everything. Thank you, Mr.
Thank
Varun.